Just who is that flatulent mustached man with all those smooth moves? He has the grace of an elephant, the clumsiness of a waiter, and the paunch of a potbelly pig. The man is Wario, and he wants you off the couch and on your feet, because Wario Ware Smooth Moves is here and ready to rock. There are 205 different minigames within Wario's Smooth Moves, and the art styles change from one minute to the next. Retro, super flat, simple 3D, you'll experience every last one and some you've never even thought of before. If you haven't played a Wario Ware game before, it's very simple. Mini-games are strung in a row in sets of a dozen or more. The object is to complete each minigame within a brief time limit, and ultimately, complete the entire set of themed minigames with just a handful of failures. Even though each game lasts a few fleeting seconds, each is highly polished and crammed with various outcomes and variations. Sound effects will come out of the Wiimote in droves. It's frenetic, fast, and funny all at once. Playing Wario Ware with the Wii Remote is all about forms, or how you hold the remote. Sometimes it's a pointer, sometimes it's a handle, and sometimes it's an elephant trunk. You never know what's coming next. Helpful and hilarious tutorials explain each of the 19 forms, with a Jack Handy impersonator doling out some inane, though quite funny facts.
Like riding a bicycle, perfecting this dance requires grace, steadiness, and tight shorts.
Smooth Moves carries on the odd tradition that Rayman Raving Rabbids started, of having multiplayer locked from the beginning. Once open though, there's a bunch of variations for multiplayer, some supporting as many as 12 players. But even with some between-game tweaks, it all still boils down to hot seat play. You only need one remote, so it lacks the interaction the GameCube version offered, with multiple people playing at once. Bungee Buddies and Star Nose allow two players to work in tandem, one holding the nunchuck and the other holding the remote, but that's about it. The single-player game's execution is great, with content unlocking constantly, but it still gives you incentive to go back and unlock more, or just play around. Dr. Krygore's 20-game challenge is great for those looking for a high score, or wondering how long they can keep going. Mii integration is fantastic too, and you'll never know where your little computer people will show up. The game's success depends entirely on the system's ability to recognize the different forms. Most of them work great, but we did find one in particular to be a bit of a stickler, the waiter. This particular form seems to be completely dependent on how close you are to the TV. Sit too far away from the sensor bar and the console won't recognize it at all, and when that happens, there's no way to complete the minigame. It would be extremely frustrating if it weren't for the fact that the other 18 forms are pulled off flawlessly. Finding more ways to use the Wii Remote will be no easy task, and WarioWare certainly shows off the versatility of the device.
Draw!
Unless you're one of those types that takes yourself a little too seriously, WarioWare is guaranteed to make you laugh. The games are mostly simple in execution, but all primed on the core concept of fun. And if that wasn't enough, each boss battle is really something else, with 9V Star Fox memories and the Mini Wario's Teletubby-inspired boy band taking top marks. You can burn through the single-player game, unlocking the ending in multiplayer, in just a few hours, but it will take a lot of replays to see everything. Just like the previous games in the series, it's definitely on the short side, but the party potential is sky high. Without a doubt, WarioWare Smooth Moves tops any current Wii minigame collection on the market. Still, the series itself depends largely on novelty, and novelty is sometimes known for briskly running dry. But Wario's latest exploits manage to flesh out all of the little movements that are going to make up the vocab of Wii games to come. And if you've got an iota of innocence left in your body, you can't help but have a great time.